All right, now I'm going to move on to Stephen Buchanan. And Buchanan was caught in the HVP sting, so he was caught in Fairfield, Connecticut. And what's nice about the Fairfield, Connecticut sting is we have some pretty good footage. They talk for a while. We have their chat log. And we have a decent amount of info about Buchanan afterwards. Mainly thanks to Catch a Peanut. He did a lot of work with kind of snooping around, seeing what he could see. And he found some stuff. So we're going to cover that later. But for right now, we're going to cover the time with Chris. And I would like to say thank you to Monderino. Much appreciated for uploading this. But yeah, let's get right to it.
Stephen Buchanan could have been one of the most dangerous predators to surface in our investigation in Fairfield, Connecticut. We knew from our research before he arrived at our sting house that he had access to guns. We took precautions, but...
A slight little... that rubbed me the wrong way. My guy, we're in the United States. Anyone can go get a gun. As long as you, certain criminal records, can't age. But even in some places, you can get a gun kind of whenever. Everyone has access to guns on this show. Besides maybe some foreign nationals that are here on visa, which I think was a couple of the guys in the California stings. So, a little odd that he kind of put emphasis on that, but I mean, later on, I think we see why.
As you're about to see, Buchanan was cagey.
Yummy.
I'm sorry, don't come any further, please. I'm just so freaked out about the whole gun thing after today. My cousin was in Newtown, and I'm just really scared. Can you just, prove to me right now that you don't have a gun? Can you turn around? It's not in your sweatshirt, you swear? Okay.
Alright. So, I mean, obviously, they wanted to take precautions. There was a shoot-in not long before this was recorded. And obviously they got to check his, what if he does bring a gun? What if he walks in, and just has a gun? And, you got to take precautions. They did it in kind of an awkward way, but how else are they supposed to do it while maintaining the fact that it's a sting? They're not just going to jump him right when he gets out of the car. What is this, takedown? But, I mean, it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. It's a little cringy in a way, but it's not bad. They arguably did the right thing, and I kind of lean to that.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want you to think I'm crazy.
No, I trust me, I understand.
Okay. Do you want to come in?
Do you want to go?
Can you just come in and we can chat for a little bit? I feel really weird about just piecing it out of here right now.
I can come right there and chat. I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
Now, this is why people think he's very, dangerous. It's because he wants the decoy out of that house. And also, if he did have a gun and he's at that door, why is there no, police officer right here behind this wall to just real quick grab Nervous Nellie and, cover her? I just said, 2 minutes earlier that it's reasonable that, they suspect he might have a gun and all that because, his mental status and all that and what he might do. So send out this 19-year-old, I don't know how old Nellie was. I think she was 19. Send out this 19-year-old unarmed and, verbally pat down the guy at the door. If you get shot, you best hope he doesn't hit any arteries or any major bloodways. Because, I'm back watching this on a TV where it's safe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, right here.
You don't want to come in?
No.
I'm so afraid to leave.
Why?
I've never done this before.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, makes me feel a little better. Do you want water or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm nervous?
Oh, I'm nervous too.
You sure you don't want to come in? It's raining. I feel so bad.
It's alright.
What do you want to do?
show you how Fairfield.
He says, I'll show you around Fairfield. And we can clearly see it's nighttime. Like, you're going to drive through, like, that's the Walmart parking lot. There's no one there right now besides a couple of employees. That there is the 24/7 gas station. They got good smokes there. They got good prices on Newports. And, like, what are you going to show? Like, it's nighttime. It's a little awkward. And, dude, close your mouth, man. You know, it bugs me when people just kind of sit there with their mouth agape. Almost, in a way, kind of like the boomer stare. Close your mouth, okay? Right now, make sure your mouth is closed and make sure you're sitting up straight. Jesus.
Fairfield, Westport. You got some food if you want.
Like what?
I don't know. What do you like?
I don't know. I just ate not that long ago. So I'm not like that hungry.
You want me to show you around?
I feel so weird about leaving. I'm sure you don't want to come.
Not yet. I think we should just get to know each other and then we go from there.
We should get to know each other where I'm the adult in control of a situation outside of your house, most likely in my car, where I can lock the doors. I'm in control of where the car goes. He's very, very dangerous by just how, obviously he doesn't want to enter the house. I'm not saying he's dangerous because of that. He's dangerous because he wants to decoy out of the house. That is a little, not just a little, that is creepy.
You know?
It's so scary. Just be driving around, you know?
It's up to you.
I don't think I can.
Like I said, I don't have nothing on me.
Yeah, I trust you.
You know? What about this? I have an umbrella. No, I'm serious. I have an umbrella, but I'll go for a walk.
But someone might see us though.
It's just a
I
walk.
mean, someone might be like watching us right now.
It's a walk.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there might be a couple of people watching. There might be a small squad of officers in the garage. There might be a small squad of officers in another room looking at cameras. Like, it's... She said that. She must be thinking, like, you know, like, ew, did that give it away?
That's it. Up and down this lighted road.
But
that's
like
it.
walking in the rain at night, people don't do that.
I saw like 10 people walking already.
Really?
One guy was running. It's not pouring out.
Yeah, he was running from
like,
you.
Not even a drizzle. I'll show you the umbrella. It's a big ass golf
I believe
umbrella.
you have an umbrella, yeah.
That's it. You know, this way, we get used to each other. If you don't like it, you go home and I'll leave.
Can you just stay here? I have food, we can just hang out, and like watch a movie.
What about going to the movie?
God, those cars are loud.
No, like I'm pretty sure some of my friends are going tonight, and if we ran into them, that would be
Not
the
Fairfield.
worst thing. Where?
Trumbull?
Not Fairfield, Trumbull. Now, I'm not familiar with the Fairfield area, so I'm going to go over to Google Maps real quick. So, the Sting is down here, and he offered to go to Trumbull, which is up here. That's, you know, a decent drive. I mean, through the city at night, that could take, 45 minutes.
I don't think so. I'd rather just stay here. I want to hang out with you, but like, I'm just so scared.
Why?
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 Yeah.
It's just...
The decoy and I had the exact same reaction. Why? My guy, what do you mean, why? This is an awkward, scary situation for anyone. You know, if I had some dude at my door at night while it's raining who's trying to get me out of my house, you know, I would be nervous. I'd be creeped out. It's going to make me sound like a fucking schizo, but by my door, up at arm's height, I have a baseball bat. I don't live in like a dangerous area or anything. I live in a pretty nice area in New York. But by sheer chance, if someone's at the door that I don't want to be there, I have a baseball bat ready. And if it's nighttime and some guy pulls up trying to get me out of my house, yeah, that baseball bat might be in my hand. It's weird. It's really weird.
Crazy, I've never done anything like this.
I understand.
What do you want to do?
Have you ever driven a car before?
No.
What if I took you to an empty parking lot and tell you to drive?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Would you like that?
I don't know. What if I crash your car though?
It's a parking lot. There's gonna be nothing there.
You don't know.
Now, that is people, say that is very weird. And it is. It is. I'm not saying it's normal, but people word it as like, yeah, her hands will be busy so she can't defend herself. She'll be driving the car. Like, if Buchanan decides to reach over and grab her or something, hypothetically, she could just hit the gas and crash. And then that would cause quite the scene. Granted, I'm sure, he could just bump the car into neutral real quick and rip out the keys. But, it's not, it's crazy. It's bad. It's horrible. But it could be worse, but he's trying to get the decoy out of the house into his car, so it can't really get worse. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Bob's Burgers. When Bob was trying to teach Tina to drive in an empty parking lot that had one other car in it, and she hit the car, that would happen. That would happen in this case.
I'm pretty clumsy. It could happen.
You're gonna put your trust in me and come with me. I want to put my trust in my car, in you. All right?
I don't know.
It's up to you. Like,
I really don't think I can leave. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I came all the way over.
okay.
Stephen, I'm going to need to talk to you for a minute. Please come in.
God damn.
Come on in, please.
A 13-year-old? I don't know how old the decoy was in this one. I think like 12 or 13. But, you wouldn't come in for them. But the second some guy that's slightly professional looking tells you what to do, you do it. And like that's an actual like phenomenon. Phenomenon? God damn, I wish I could speak properly. But where like, when someone in a suit tells you to do something, like subconsciously people see that as like, oh, I need to do this. I don't know the name of it. I wish I knew a little bit more about it before I started talking about it. But it's a thing. Like, you can, if you dress nice and go to the store, the clerk typically speaks a little nicer to you. Like, I've gone to the store in a suit before, and the clerk is usually a little bit nicer. And it's very odd. But it's just something that people do subconsciously. So it's a little neat, but also I think this guy realized he was kind of fucked.
Why don't you take a seat right over there?
Well, there's Ron. Ron Knight's
Please
back.
take your hands out of your pockets. Right, sir. What was on the agenda tonight?
He's
He's a
just
Mets
gonna
fan.
take her out and show her around.
M16 on the
Show her
jacket.
around where?
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
That's it.
And what exactly were you going to show her?
The beach, sites to go to, places to not go to, like.
Places to not go to. Where should you have not gone to, Steven? Where should you not go? And like, I don't get the whole, show her around the town. One, she lives here. I know she said she just moved here. But at the same time, she lives here. And you're going to show her like a couple cool hangout places? So later on she can tell her mom oh, we can go to this place. How'd you hear about that place? Oh, this weird guy online. It's I don't know if he actually wanted to show the decoy around and pretend it was a date. But I don't know though.
For PT Barnum.
So you're the welcome wagon here in Fairfield. You're just going to do a favor for a 13-year-old girl.
Well, what happened was when my cousin came.
Right.
He's
she did
locked in.
Same thing.
When your cousin came, she did the same thing. What do you mean?
With this.
She invited
an older person.
An older person came
around.
over and showed your 13-year-old around town. And what happened in that case?
She got assaulted.
She got assaulted.
And
so obviously that is horrible. It's sad that it happened. But how does that at all relate to what you are doing? Oh, my young cousin was also a victim, So I wanted to make another one to balance it. Or I know Mr. Gigi, when he did this, he was like, I came here to assault this child for vengeance. And it's like, yeah, what is your point with that? Like, there was a victim that I know, so I must make a victim I don't know. Or, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I was in the Army. And I don't like people doing that. I didn't want to make...
So let me get...
I don't know what being in the Army has to do with that, but Buchanan definitely reminds me of people that make being in the Army their entire personality. I know many people who are in the military. My family, we have a great deal of, our family members who have been in the military. Some have even done pretty remarkable things. And none of them make it their personality. Most of them don't talk about it. I was at one of my great uncle's apartments, and I brought him some end tables. Not that that matters. But we're talking, and he's like, "Yeah, back when I was in the Navy." I'm like, "You were in the Navy too? Like, who wasn't in this family?" And none of them ever use it as an excuse for their actions. Like, he definitely strikes me as one of those people that makes it their personality.
Get this straight. You had a cousin who was 13 who moved to town here.
Stratford.
Yes. Right down the road.
Yes.
And she was contacted by an adult.
Yes.
Who picked her up and sexually assaulted her.
Not sexually assaulted her, but was holding hands and stuff like that, and she got scared.
And she told you about this?
Yes.
And you decided, because you're former military and still in the National Guard, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was in the National Guard. So, Connecticut, guys. If the National Guard ever needed to be mobilized in Connecticut around this time period, Buchanan might have been coming to help you. I know the National Guard's usually mobilized for, like disasters and stuff, like weather events. So, be grateful that you never had this man show up to your door to make sure everything was okay after, like, some really bad storm or something.
That you were going to come over and show this 13-year-old girl around so she'd be safe.
Yes.
Dude, look at his mouth. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but look at his mouth, dude. Look at his bottom lip. Do you remember that trend years ago where people would, like, suck on a cup to, like, make, like, a vacuum seal around their mouth, and then it would, like, puff their lips out? That looks like what he did with his bottom lip, but it's just like that. Enclose your mouth, dude. Jesus.
And you want me to buy that?
I'm telling you the truth, sir.
Buchanan says he showed up because he had a 13-year-old girl cousin who was molested by a man she met online, and he didn't want the same thing to happen to our young decoy. But the logs of his chat tell a much different story. And so what is all this talk back and forth between you and a girl you think is 13? You know you're going to shower with me.
Damn.
Thursday.
It's kind of gross how quickly he referenced his underage cousin, who was a victim of a real crime here, as an excuse for what he was doing with his chat log. Come up with that piss poor excuse on the spot, and then completely forget about the conversation you had previously. Your conversation wasn't that of, "Oh, you should be careful online, there's bad people here, goodbye, never message me again." He was quick to say what he wants.
Night. What night is this? I'm gonna pick you up and put you against the shower wall. Then I'm going to have you ride me, babe, as my hand grabs your ass and I blank your blanks.
Now, there's really no defending that, Stephen. I mean, you make everything that you want done to you and what you want to do to the girl obvious. There's no getting out of it. And also, just shave it off, man. But, like, of all the excuses you could come up with, never mind that you came up with an excuse in the first place, but you just, like, oh, I need to use my underage cousin as leverage in this case. Jesus.
Did you send her any pictures of yourself? Then you talk about actually having sex with her and Skyping it to an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, shit. I skimmed over his chat log beforehand. It's pretty short, so we're going to go over it at the end. But, yeah, Steven? You want to do that? Also, Skyping it. That is weird. Fucking Skyping it. But also, that just sounds like more evidence. Digital evidence that is very hard to truly erase. And sending it to someone, so that right there is like 5 charges. Manufacture, distribution, and then one stemming from the act itself. And also send it to the ex-boyfriend? As far as I know, the decoy and the ex broke up because the decoy moved away. That's weird, man.
Now, that doesn't exactly back up your story about being the protector of Fairfield County, Connecticut, does it? I'm listening.
Damn.
No, sir.
But what am I to make of this?
There's a horrible lapse in judgment.
A horrible lapse in judgment.
He says a lapse in judgment, like it was a spur of the moment idea. It wasn't. The chat went on for a couple of days. There's dozens of messages sent. There were chances to not do this. There's no lapse in judgment when it's a pattern, when it's repeat. But when a lapse in judgment is meant for a one-time boo-boo, like you run a stop sign. Okay, that's what it's meant. It's meant for small things. It's not meant for this.
How old are you?
27.
27.
Ooh.
And what do you do for a living?
I work for Cablevision.
Cablevision. And what do you do for Cablevision?
I'm a maintenance
You're
worker.
a maintenance worker. And what did you do in the National Guard?
I was a truck driver.
Truck driver. And you were in the military before that?
Yes.
Help me to understand.
In the military, he references that he got PTSD from the military. And we know what he actually did in the military because I guess one of his old platoon members, fellow platoon soldiers, whatever the fuck, reached out on Reddit and posted a picture of Buchanan as a mechanic. And Buchanan was a mechanic as far as was ever mentioned. He never left the FOB. He never took fire. He was solely a mechanic. And not to diminish the work that, logistics personnel and repairmen do in the military. They play a very important role in the military. Just so everyone knows this, the ratio to like actual infantrymen, like fighting force on the ground, and logistical support behind them in the US military is something insane like 200 to 1. It's very crazy how much effort it takes to supply an army. And part of that is mechanics. And people say like, oh, he was only a mechanic. And they say it in a way to diminish not only Buchanan, but just how he never saw combat. And I don't want to sound like I'm supporting Buchanan because I'm not. But, he did play a part in it. And it's saying he was just a mechanic is a little harsh to mechanics.
And what it was that really brought you here tonight.
13-year-old pussy.
I mean, explain it to me.
I haven't been the same since when I deployed to Iraq.
Iraq. It's tough stuff over there.
I haven't been the same.
Where were you in Iraq?
Mosul,
Mosul.
Camp Merez.
And you saw action.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know I just said this, but as far as we know, he never saw action. I don't mean that in a way to diminish people in the military who don't see action. But he's overplaying his cards here. Like, I don't even know if that base ever came under like mortar attack or anything, or harassment fire from some guy a mile away in a mountain. So, it's a little harsh to claim PTSD when you don't really have a claim for it. You weren't dodging IEDs and getting shot at, dude. You were turning a spanner.
How did that impact you?
Terribly.
Did you get help for it?
I tried, but with the VA situation, they just weren't helpful.
Now, Buchanan actually makes a point there. I know many people who go to the VA, and my father actually goes there quite a bit. And, he says they're helpful, and they are. But there's a lot of things that you can just feel that doesn't work there. And it's quite pathetic, really, how poor our VA system really is. So, I mean, Buchanan's kind of right about that.
And I thought I could just
Write it out.
Roger.
Was it PTSD?
It was just, I don't know, I do have problems sleeping at night.
That's very common for returning
And
guys. I get that.
I have problems sleeping at night. I have problems, waking up when I do go to sleep. And when I do sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night, I have problems going back to sleep. It's just, I try to talk to people about it, and they always just tell me suck it up.
While Buchanan said that he suffered PTSD because of his service in Iraq, somehow he was able to hold down a job at a local cable company and even be on a list for employment as a police officer in Connecticut.
Listen.
That right there, I haven't mentioned yet because that kind of escaped my memory. He was on his way to become a police officer. And I know it's very common for ex-military to work in police force and all that. But it's very, kind of scary to think that Buchanan, assuming he might have had to go through academy still, I don't know. But assuming that someone like Buchanan could be the person, that you might call for help in a situation where you need the police, and Buchanan shows up. Some guy that's claiming that, he has horrible PTSD. And I'm sure the crime in Fairfield is rather low, and, I don't know when the last time a cop had to have shot someone in Fairfield. But just the thought of Buchanan being in power over many people, is a little scary.
I've never been to war, so I can't pass judgment on PTSD or any long-lasting effects. I can't. But I still have a difficult time connecting that to trying to sexually solicit a 13-year-old girl.
I was never like this.
But what about the PTSD? I know people get depressed. I know people have drug and alcohol problems. You read about it all the time. You see it. But that doesn't mean it's okay for you to go try to solicit sex with a 13-year-old girl. You understand my logic here?
I completely understand.
Well, help me to make the link here.
Something just goes off inside of my head where I'm fine 1 second, and then this next second I'm having different thoughts and stuff like that.
I want to pause it right there. I'm not going to let him finish that sentence quite yet. But if you know you have these problems, and he's mentioned he's tried to get help, people tell him to suck it up. There are, in this country, we do lack proper services for mental health. But there are still many services you can use. There are support groups you can go to. There are therapists you can go to. Obviously, he mentioned the VA, and the VA is the VA. They don't always work too well, especially, like 9 years ago. I do believe a lot of improvements have been made. But to say any of this as an excuse is obviously wrong, but it's also just just completely disingenuous. It's, taking stuff away from real victims of PTSD and real people that need help, and you're using it as a crutch in this case against Chris. I don't know if he was trying to say he's innocent in this, or if he's trying to say, well, if I appear sad enough, maybe they'll just let me go, some pity points. But like why is this your go-to here, man?
Did you have these thoughts before you were in Iraq?
No. Never.
And how many times have you done this?
Honestly,
Honestly.
it's my first.
Your first time.
First time. Honestly.
The problem with that, Stephen, is that you surfaced talking in a very similar way to a girl named Brittany posing as a 13-year-old. I have that chat too.
Yes.
I don't know if we have the Brittany chat, but like a lot of people say it's their first time when they get caught, and some of them I do believe. But the way Buchanan is, honestly, it's my first time, is just, kind of like a giveaway that it's not his first time. And I don't know that for sure. But as Hansen just said, he was speaking to 2 decoys. And chances are he was speaking to other individuals who weren't decoys. And later we're going to talk about some stuff after TCAP. But it's, a little, dangerous, this man.
I understand.
So
Like I said,
you just lied to me.
No.
We have Bailey
No,
and
you
we have
said
Brittany. This is Bailey tonight.
This is my first time doing it on a chat site.
No, but I had you...
Oh, first time doing it on a chat site. So what were the other times you did it? You if it's your first time doing it at all, you shouldn't need to specify on a chat site. Have you used, Snapchat, Instagram? I wouldn't call those chat sites. I just call those social media. Have you done it in person? It's a very, not only just a poor choice of words, I consider that essentially admission. If you have to specify, how you did it, and it's the first time doing it on a certain method, then it's not your first time doing it entirely.
Talking.
Yes, I understand. I'm saying altogether, first time on a chat site like this.
So these 2 girls were the first time.
Right.
And you decided to come visit Bailey tonight. Why? Did you bring condoms?
No, I did not.
But your intent seems pretty clear from this discussion you had.
Yes, but then I told her afterwards, after I thought about it again, I told her we weren't going to do nothing tonight.
After he had that post-nut clarity. Like, you can't speak up massive, ambitious, plans, and then at the last minute be like, actually, no. That's not, a get-out-of-jail-free card. Like, Your Honor, I said I was going to do these, horrible things, but at the end I said, JK. That doesn't work like that. It's just not how that works.
You went from whisper to kick to your cell phone. That's a long time. A lot of effort.
Yes. But I did tell her that after I was thinking, I had no intentions, just showing her around.
Showing around. But that
Showing her around to the shower.
is not indicated in the text.
It should be.
Your intent is pretty clear.
Can I show you on?
I don't want you to reach in your pocket just yet.
Can you reach him?
What pocket is it? Go ahead, pull it out.
And
Go ahead, please have something.
It's always kind of awkward seeing someone crack open their phone and start going through, try to find something. Because every time I see someone do it, it's just kind of awkward.
I said, let's just hang out later. No hooking up whatsoever.
I know, but you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like somebody who's trying to create some kind of a plausible excuse.
That's exactly what I was just saying, and Chris very much has a point. He saying that so, when time does come for him to face, the court, he could say, well, actually, Your Honor, if you see my very last text message, we can see that I said I wasn't going to do it, even though I've done everything else in the text chain. They say it in a way to plant a seed of doubt, but in most reasonable people with a functioning brain, that seed isn't even in the ground. It's just rejected.
After all the other graphic conversations you had with her. And at the end of the day, you showed up. After circling the house,
I understand.
You circled the house, you pulled in the driveway, you pulled out, you wanted her to get in the car with you, not even having met. That's a little creepy, I gotta tell you, Steve.
I understand.
That is very creepy. The fact he wanted the decoy out of the house is, obviously that's the thing he's probably most well known for. But getting someone out of the house, a child, who after you just had this very adult conversation, no way you spin it makes it look good. Like, you're a stranger, dude. Literally stranger danger.
And I did not bring any condoms with me.
Well, that
means
doesn't
nothing.
mean anything, really, does it?
right as I say, Chris does too. Like, I know Chris says it, so it's like easier to prove that they had intent. But, just saying, like, he had an intent to show the decoy around down. He could just stop at a gas station, swing in, and buy some Trojis. Like, it's not Buchanan. You don't help your case by saying that.
What else did you bring?
Nothing.
Just yourself?
Yes.
While Buchanan told me he didn't bring condoms, police later found them in his car, along with a loaded handgun, duct tape,
Glock.
and a camera.
Right.
Think about it.
Now, that is brought up a lot. The gun on its own doesn't really interest me, but the duct tape and the camera, that very clearly, that is stuff you have to consciously put in your vehicle. The duct tape, I could see like a mechanic or like a blue collar guy having that.
Duct tape and a camera. Think about that.
You see how this looks, right?
Yes, I know.
So what do you think should happen?
Bring me down to the police station.
Okay. Well, there's something else that...
For once, one of these guys didn't just say something like, I should get to go home, or I don't know. Like, he said, go down to the police station. So it's possible that he actually knows what he is doing is wrong. And not just, he knows it's wrong and he shouldn't do it, but it's wrong and he should face consequences for it. I don't know, but maybe that's just him trying to kiss ass. I'm not too sure.
You need to know. I'm Chris Hansen, and this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
Yes, I understand.
Is there anything else you want people to know about your situation tonight?
Don't do what I did.
Don't do what I did.
And what is it that you
Try to
did,
get some help.
Steven?
Yes.
And I have your word on that.
I'll shake your hand. Everything.
All right, Stephen, you're free to go.
He puts his head down in like a defeated manner. Not because he feels defeated emotionally, I think, but because the cameras are now visible. Obviously, the cameras were already there. But now that the camera guys actually come out, he's like, oh, I can't let these guys get my face. I imagine that's what that is.
And I hope you get the help.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Do I agree? Grab your phone. You can go out that door right there.
Police department, recruit police. Guys, we got your back.
I don't think I'm going to cover his part in the interrogation. There are some pretty funny parts, but I want to save, the majority of interrogations for later. So next we're going to move on to his chat log. All right, so thankfully his chat log is pretty short. And as with, I think, all of the HVP stings, at least the ones that I can think of, it starts obviously with the guy messaging first, but the decoy made a post about not being able to have, enough money to buy stuff on Pinterest. Which I think that might be the exact same post that was used for John Dupee. But and you can see one post caught two that we know of. How many other people were chatting with the decoy that just didn't have the schedule to show up, or who didn't want to show up and just wanted to talk to the child? But he says, "Hey," decoy hits back with, "Hey, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm Bailey. Nice to meet you." And he says, "You two have a pic." And I can only assume he's asking for another one because the decoy sends it. And there it is. And he sends back a pic of him in the military. I don't know if that's military or National Guard, but I like the mount for nods on there. At least I think that's what that is. And there's just a regular picture of him. And he looks kind of goofy here, but realistically, this is just a normal picture, so nothing crazy. And decoy sends another picture, that time in a bikini. And he says, "You're stunning." Like, way to go, dude. Oh, way to go. And decoy sends another pic. "Thank you, you're really cute. How old are you?" 13, turning 14 next month. "Ah, damn. I'm 27. You look older." Now, I don't know the picture for the decoy they used here, but saying "you look older," I don't know if that's just normal speak, or if they kind of mean it in a way to justify to themselves that this person isn't actually 13. Or if he just means it as the decoy or the picture actually looks older than 13. I don't know. But he's pretty quick with getting into big boy speak. "What's the oldest guy you've been with?" "My ex is 18, but he was 17 when we broke up." "Did you sleep with him?" "Yeah." "So you're not a virgin? Don't judge me." Smiley face. LOL. "I'm not judging you. That's hot." "When was the last time you got fucked?" He got right to it. He didn't hesitate one bit. "Oh, right before I moved here." "When was that?" "July." "Nice. You like sex?" What type of question is that? Most people, I think, would say yes. Like, that's a question I don't really think needs to be asked, because if someone says no to that, conversation's done. But he says, "Of course I do. Have a sexy pic?" "Hell no, my friend got so busted for that." "What about a bikini pic?" Now, in my head, a bikini pic and a nude pic can very much overlap in, how lewd they are. And I feel like if you get caught sending bikini pics by your parents to someone, it's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad, given the context. Like, if you're sending it to a friend, like, "Hey, I got this new bikini," like, that's whatever. But some guy says, "Have a sexy pic," you're like, "No. What about a bikini pic?" "Oh, yeah, I do." I don't know what decoy pics they had for this one, but the decoy just hits back with, "And if you say I look fat, fuck off." Like, damn. Like, why do you feel the need to throw that disclaimer in there? But, and Steven uses about 90% of the gray matter that's left in his brain to come up with this, and says, "You can fuck me," instead of telling me to fuck off. He probably felt so smooth for saying that. But, lol, fuck that. I'm not a thought. You meant fuck me, right? Winky face. Yeah, haha, for sure. Have a kick, and then I think they moved to kick. Yeah, okay. A while ago, it was pretty common online. I don't even know how much of an asshole this can make me sound like. But when like the Indian dudes got access to like Facebook and stuff, and you go to like comments where there's like a even slightly attractive woman, and all of them are like, "Show bobs and vagina, fuck me, Fuck me, here phone number, fuck me. And I kind of get that vibe from Steven. Like, fuck me tonight. Like, just right out the gate. Oh, way to go, bud. But, he's just interested in meeting and going out sometime. Yeah, if you are. How long have you been here? 2 months. Anyone show you around yet? Oh. Maybe he really was just going to show the decoy around. It's, weird given the previous conversation and his requests for nudes all the time and her sexual history and what he wants to do. But, maybe he was just going to show her around. He says, send me a full body pic. Please. Please. Then give me a minute. My mom's right here. Gonna take a sexy body pic. Like, dude. How many times have you asked for anything like that? And how many times have you gotten one? As far as I know, 0. Lol, no, she's right here. Would you if she wasn't? No, I already got that lecture. Make me find out in person. No, brother. Are you needing to get laid? Are you? I don't know. LOL. Well, you asked, so I asked back. I think the decoy is just trying to make it so Steven is moving the sexual chat along. Because the decoy just could have said yes there and speed this whole thing along. But they didn't, and they're making him, in charge of the conversation. Well, I guess. Just see what happens. No expectations. How's that sound? How's that sounded or sound? I'll just show you around when we meet. When we meet, no hooking up at all. I'm willing to bet that's when he pulled out his phone. He went to show that message, completely ignoring every other message sent, implying something entirely different. Way to go, dude. But then he asks how tall you are. Decoy says they're 5'2". So what would you have done if I said yeah when you asked me if I wanted to fuck tonight? Well, I would have said maybe or wait until we actually have met. I don't know if I'm reading those types of messages wrong. Because a lot of guys on this show say that. But, like, I'd have to wait till we meet to decide. Like, I could see that being them being cautious. And, so if it is a sting, they can say, oh, well, you see, I said, maybe we have to wait till we meet. But it's like you're meeting right now. And also, in order to perform the act, you have to be, within inches of someone. Make up your mind, bro. Are you getting post-nut clarity at 3:44 in the afternoon? Haha, I'd fuck the shit out of you, though. What? Huh? My brother in Christ. You aren't worthy of being called my brother in Christ. My fellow... What are you on, dude? It's 4:03 p.m. It's been, like, 19 minutes since your previous message of, well, I'd have to wait until we have actually met, maybe, and then I'd fuck the shit out of you, though. So, like, what is it, dude? But, oh, really? Sounds fun. You want to fuck me, huh? I don't know. I'm not going to put it out there just like that. What about you? Lol, likewise. Let's just be friends. Now, maybe all my friendships, kind of fall under different contractual terms. But if I tell, one of my female friends, I'd fuck the shit out of you, though, and then I say, let's just be friends, one, I'm pretty sure that's basically being in the friend zone. But 2, that would be incredibly awkward. Like, imagine hanging out with your friend after you send a message like that. And maybe you're both a little flirty with each other, but still, imagine just sitting, at a house with that message looming over your head. Like, that's weird. That's fucking weird, dude. This guy has no game. But then he asks later if they're free tonight. And the decoy says, no, sorry, I had to get stuff for mom's trip. So it's like, were you gonna come over tonight? Because what do you want, dude? If I was a decoy, I would just think you're fucking with me. Like, just saying random shit that just contradicts your other sentence. I don't know. This guy's kind of fucking stupid. Oh, and there's the first, like romantically, like significant other style of word. Okay, hun. Gonna have anyone over when your mom is gone? Nah, I'm going to a party Saturday night. Gonna fuck? Lol, I don't know. I don't fuck everyone. The way Steven is so entranced with the thought of the decoy, obviously being a minor and having relations with other people is obviously very weird. But I almost wonder if it's some part of like a cuck fantasy. Because he's always asking, like, what have other people done with you, or what are you going to do with other people? Is Stephen Buchanan a cuck? Because, I'm not going to say that cucks are lesser beings, but, cucks are bottom of the food chain. They're... cucks are fucking pathetic, dude. Well, you want me to spend the night Thursday so you're not alone? You're gonna protect me? That's such a weird line. So you're not alone and you're gonna protect me? Like, yeah, from the predators out there. I hear there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bad people online that want to be in a house alone with a child, which is why that's what I want to do. In bed cuddling with you? I don't know. Seriously, I'm not a thirsty thought. Just because I've had sex don't mean I fuck everyone. Just ones who are cute, lol. I don't want to fuck. So I'm not cute? Steven. He says at the bottom he's confused. What? I'm confused, dude. Here, my point exactly. Now he says I don't want to fuck, but I guarantee it, within like one or two screenshots, he's gonna say how badly he wants to put up against the shower wall or something, dude. We can go out to dinner and talk and show you around. Oh. So I could just grab your ass and pick you up and start kissing you. Oh. Okay. Like I said, within two screenshots, he completely contradicted himself. Actually, if you wanted, that would be cool. Where should I bring you to while I have you in my hands? Deco is so bewildered by that. Do you want that when we meet at your place? I don't get your sentence. If I grab your ass and pick you up to kiss you, would you prefer that when we meet or at your house? What? Brother, I don't get your sentence, man. I'm telling you, he's missing, his like cerebral cortex or something, man. Steven definitely has not psionically ascended. Yes, I can, babe. There's another romantic word. Like the sound of that. Honest. Yeah. No judging. Yeah, I like it. Like, should I slide? Oh. Here we go. Should I slide my hard cock inside you when I'm holding you up against the wall, or should I decide myself? Are you being real? Let's say I am. Well, if you are, but I don't like playing games. I'm not playing games. If I have you up against the shower wall, what would you tell me? I'd say, damn, you're strong. Lol, should I fuck you right then and there, or just look into your eyes as I reach in between us and grab my cock and thrust it inside you? What do you mean? Do you want my dick in you in the shower when I have you up against the wall as we're making out? Oh, whatever you think. Or should I wait until we dry off and fuck you in bed? I don't know. Never did it in a shower. Can people do that? Yeah, LOL. Feels pretty good while the water's hitting you also, babe. Like the sound of that, huh, babe? Yeah, that sounds kind of badass. Then I'm gonna have you ride me, babe, as my hand grabs your ass and I suck on your nipples. But I'll bring some condoms there. Cool, because I'm not about to get preggers. Ever do anal? No, you? Yeah, the girls have said it feels pretty good. Especially when I reach around their clit also. Honest, it sounds like it would hurt. Well, we won't try, babe. Oh. You know, that part actually surprises me. Because normally the guy would just say like, "Oh, well, we can try it. We can do this. I can bring this." But he just says, "We won't try." Ah, shit. Yeah, you know, part of me kind of respects that answer from Steven there. Like, Decoy says, it sounds like it might be painful. Okay, well, we won't. Okay. Huh, I like that. You sure don't like the idea of having a guy you can hook up with, LOL. I don't know, you? I think you do. Especially someone that can fuck you good and make you forget about your ex. Forgetting him would be good. Well, maybe you'd need some good dick. Maybe. Okay. Nice. Nice. Talking about the ex again. This guy is obsessed with like the other men around the decoy. I'm part of me thinks he has a cock fantasy. What would we be doing if I was there right now? Probably everything you just said about the shower. Even with your mom there? No. That's such a weird. You think the mom's gonna be cool with that? Like here I am, some balding late 20s-year-old guy who claims to have PTSD. I can't close my mouth normally, and my bottom lip sticks out a lot, so I look weird. And I'm gonna fuck your daughter in the shower. Are you cool with that? Okay, here's that weird part. Have you ever got caught having sex? No. Want to get back at your ex? He's in California. I said get back at your ex, not back with. I know what you said, but how would I get back at him if he's there? Why does Steven have so much beef with the decoy's ex? You know, there's never a part in the chat where she's like, "Oh, I hate him. He was horrible." Like all she ever mentioned of him really was that they broke up and he was in California. Like it seems to me they broke up just because she moved away. Obviously, the person isn't real, but it's just a little odd. But send a Snapchat or call him as I fuck you. That would be weird. That would be very weird. Also very criminal. But like, why are you so obsessed with, the ex, dude? Like, why? I don't understand that. That would be fucking funny. You want to do that? LOL, yeah. As I fuck you from behind, you can be on the phone with him. What would you be saying to him? Things are way better in Connecticut. What if he asks you why? I'd say guys know how to fuck better. Jesus. If he asked how would you know, I'd tell him. You said you're getting fucked right now as you're on the phone with him? Yeah. Well, I'd slap your ass right when you said that. Maybe FaceTime him my dick going in and out of you. Okay. That is a very weird part. And I really think Buchanan might have some sort of like cuck fantasy. Like in this case of reaching out to the ex, it's more just, scumbag behavior. I'm not even talking about how it's illegal. I'm just talking about like it's a scumbag move. But he's so obsessed with what the decoy does with other men. And it's weird. So what do you think? So what do you think, or do you want to do for sure Thursday when I come over? I like the shower idea. We should skip going out and have sex all night. Bring pizza. Oh. This guy is deficient. He told Chris in the house, like, I told her I'm just going to show her around the area. And then he pulls something from the text to show that, he's not going to fuck the decoy. But then right here, he just says, we should skip going out and just fuck. So it's like, my God, you contradict your contradictions. But, so this is the next morning now. And the decoy, messages first, hey, good sex. What's good, sexy? Hey, hun. Sorry, I've been so busy. My mom was getting crazy for her trip. That's okay. Let's just hang out later. No hooking up or whatever. Just show you around and show you places that are good to hang and places to not, lol. Dude didn't just get fucking, post-nut clarity from this. Dude got subsequently nut coherent. Alright? Like, he changed his MO, his goals, everything. Because last night, he was probably jorking it. And then all of a sudden, it hits, and he's like, what am I doing? Like, he very clearly is aware of, what he's doing is wrong. But he was just so horny that he, couldn't control himself. Whatevers. I figured you were all talk. Listen, you're new to Connecticut. There's places that no one should ever go to, ever. Just thought maybe I can help you out and show you around at least. Well, okay. Post-nut coherency wasn't the right word. But dude didn't just get hit with post-nut clarity. He got hit by a fucking truck. Like, dude, complete 180. Is not willing to back up his words at all. But also, there's places that no one should ever go. As far as I know, Connecticut has a pretty low crime rate. I mean, yeah, obviously every city has parts you shouldn't go. The city I live has parts you really shouldn't go. But realistically, they're not bad. Like, you're not going through Detroit. Alright, you aren't going through O-Block. Like, I don't know. Send me another pic. Dude. What? I was literally just saying, your switch up in attitude, and then now you're switching up again. I don't get this fucking guy, dude. Damn. So he's been bitching about trying to get another picture, and he was like, I'm done. I need to fix my hair and redo my makeup. Okay, how about one more full body pic, brand new, and no more pics after that? How about you can see when you come, if you come? Because so far, all I've seen is a dude who talks a lot but don't back it up. So why am I going to go send a bunch of pics to some guy who just talks on Kick? Damn. Whoever was speaking with Steven was probably realizing that, we only have so much time with the decoy. If we don't catch Steven now, we're not going to catch him at all. And I've wondered this before, but how many people were talking to the decoys, that just never were able to fit it in their schedule? Because there are some read-ins from HVP where you can see a bunch of different conversations going on up in the notifications. I mean, look at this one. There's I think, Whisper, a Yahoo. But then there's also, just like when messages pop up, there'll be different people they're from. And, you can read part of them. And it's like, how many actually happened? How do I know it's not a setup? I told you we weren't going to do anything. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Why would I do that? I'd be in trouble. My mom would fuck me up. Because I'd get in even more trouble. Steven, if you're just going to hang out and show around the town, why do you care if it's a sting? I mean, Manzi, he was just going to chill and smoke weed or whatever. But that's all I got for his chat log. And there are a couple more things we can move on to. And I would like to thank To Catch a Peanut for finding this info out. So thank you, To Catch a Peanut. The first one here, the name is John, but the handle, I guess it's called, is CT Guy 1988, which is the same screen name that Steven used while messaging the decoy. Now, it's pretty broad, so it's not exactly like home run material, but it's very possible that it is. And I do want to say thank you to Catch a Peanut for finding this. I'm not going to go over everything Peanut found, because I'd much prefer you guys go check out Peanut and, give the guy that found this stuff, the view, the credit. But I'm going to go over a little bit here. And I want to preface, we are going to see which way John leans politically. I do not care about anyone's response to Steven's political stance. I don't want to see, oh, of course he did this, or anything of the sort. I do not care. I want politics kept off my channel as much as possible. His last post was August 1st of 23, and he's talking about the Mets and how they suck, and then his thoughts on sports and trans people and stuff. Just a lot of political stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it because it doesn't matter. I'm so sick. People can't behave with politics, dude. And I know if I just keep scrolling, people are going to be like, and then we did find another, Peanut did find another one. This guy, this time CT Trams Mets is the handle, and CT Guy 1988 is the name. But we can see, same thing. Last post was November 8th, 24. And just more political stuff. Actually, is that it? Is it only 2 posts? No, 263. Well, where the fuck are they? But this does say just a truck driver who's back on this politics, sports, and the outdoors. So we do believe this to be the Steven we know. But that is all I'm going to show you for Steven Buchanan. I do want you to go check out To Catch a Peanut. But other than that, that is it. Thank you, and ball hard and ball on.